Hey guys, I'm back again with another review. This time it's of Enter the Ninja from 1981, directed by Menahem Golan of the Golan Columbus team, who made tons of movies like the Missing Action movies, Delta Force, and so on. If you don't know who they are, obviously that you won't know film. So if you don't know who they are, you need to look them up because this is real movie history that we're talking about. So, get on with the story. So, first story, it stars Franco Nero, Susan Jules, Sho Kasui, and some others which I will mention along in the film. So, here we go. So, the film starts off with this action-packed scene of there's a black ninja and then there's a white ninja. The black ninja's looking at the white ninja and the white ninja's looking at him, and all of a sudden he goes, "Hoi!" Like that. This is the black ninja, right? We don't know his name yet. And all of a sudden, the white ninja runs and got all these maroon coloured ninjas. So you're thinking, oh, is this some ninja war going on? And they chase him. Basically, he goes through killing them one by one and all this. And it turns out to be the final test to become a real ninja. Now, my question about this scene in particular is once he gets near the end of it, he runs up to the sensei, bows to him, and then cuts his head off. And it turns out that that wasn't the sensei, but it was like a moving mechanical version without anything inside, like a dummy kind of mannequin, you know. And he's carrying it in, and he doesn't get angry or anything, so I'm guessing you have to be able to kill anyone at any time, even the people closest to you. So he then has to do the hand signs like this, and he passes, and he gets the scroll, and he gets told that you will have to pass this on to your students and so forth. So they're having a drink at the table, celebrating, and the black ninja's name we find out is Hasegawa. Now Hasegawa doesn't like Cole. Cole is the white ninja. He doesn't like him at all because he's not Japanese. He's American, played by Italian actor Franco Nero. So Franco Nero was dubbed for this film, which I never knew until I actually looked it up. Now, I'm a big fan of Franco Nero, and this film is one of my favourite films of all time. Now, it's a bad film in a lot of ways, which I'm going to get to in some aspects, but to me, it'll always be one of my favourites. My number one on my top list of favourite movies of all time. So, okay. So, Hasegawa gets angry, and Cole ends up leaving. But before he leaves, he talks to his master, and his master says Hasegawa came from a great warrior family of samurai, and he's in the wrong era, basically. So Cole goes to visit his friend, Frank Landers, and he meets his wife, Mary Ann, who he basically grabs a bit of her teddy because he's defending himself. So you find out he's got his friend, Frank Landers. He's got problems with this multi-millionaire bloke who wants his land because it's full of oil and he can get oil from it and make millions. So he's being pestered and he's been attacked on his land, and Cole's there, and over time, you know what's going to happen. You've got the good ninja, he's going to protect his friend, he's going to help him out. But some of the great scenes in this movie involve one scene where they go into like this bar trying to hire more people after they lose some because of the fights. And all the people in there look really elderly, like they can't work for them anyway. Like, oh, we'll just drag them in. And there's this bit where Cole punches a bloke in the face and it goes slow motion like this. And it's really cool. So it's basically got Cole, multi-million-dollar enterprise of a man, who's played by Christopher George, who plays Mr. Venerius. And Mr. Venerius has a guy working for him called Mr. Parker, who's basically his right-hand man. And also Hook, who is played none other by Zakai Noi, who's in the Lemon Popsicle films. Which is awesome because I'm a big fan of the Lemon Popsicle movies. And I think he's awesome in them. So, over time they go, there's no way we can beat this ninja. We need to get our own ninja. So they send Mr. Parker to Japan where he goes to meet a movie producer. And the movie producer says, oh, I get man for you. He be in lots of Akira Kurosawa movies. And he goes, no, I need real ninja. So then they end up at the master's place, and funny enough, who they end up with, not Maroon Ninja, Hasegawa. Thus, you can tell what's going to happen now. So, moving along, all this outsmarting each other. Cole outsmarting Mr. Venerius and his men, and so forth. Him, Dollars, and Frank Landers end up doing stuff like breaking in places, and Hasegawa breaks in places. And It's really, really a good film. Now, the ending of the film, I don't want to spoil it, but I want to say something about it. So, I'm going to say right now, this part is a spoiler. So, they get into the final fight between them. And a lot of people go, why was Cole dressed in white and why was Hasegawa dressed in black? Well, it's yin and yang. That's my view of it. It's yin and yang going against each other and only one can win. But at the same time, they need each other in order to, work. So when Cole beats Hasegawa in the end, he kills him. And the best part about this movie for me was the part where after he's stabbed him in the stomach, Hasegawa looks up at him like this. Oh, give me honor. And you're sitting there going, wow, is he going to cut his head off? Is he going to do it? And Cole looks so sad by what he's had to do. Like, you were my brother. Because they were brothers, obviously, at the dojo and at the school kind of thing. And it's such a hard thing to imagine, You might have problems with somebody you're with, but if you really are a decent person, you're not going to want to kill him. He does cut his head off, but you can tell it really affects him. And it's really an upsetting thing. It doesn't show that, but you know it is by how he doesn't want to do it before it happens. So, some other things about this movie which were a bit silly were how Frank Landers tells Cole about how he can't get up anymore. He can't give it to Mary Ann, who's played by Susan George, who's famous for Straw Dogs. And some other things. And you're sitting there going, okay, you're telling your best friend this, fine. Next scene, Mary Ann's walking along and she gets in bed with Cole. And you're sitting there going, huh? Where did this come from? So apparently now she's got some sort of affection, which isn't, after that scene, isn't realised in any other scene. Now, as for Franco Nero, he's not exactly the most believable ninja. He doesn't look like he could be. But who cares? It's a ninja film. We don't watch a ninja film because we want to believe Richard Harrison is a ninja in those really bad Ninja Terminator, Ninja Dragon, Ninja Protector. We don't care. We want ninja action. It's about the fun of a movie. It's not about the realistic side. Not for a movie like this. If it's meant to be, like, for instance, let's say Mezzarine, the movie, and it's supposed to be based on a real person, of course, we want it to be as realistic as possible. But a film like this, we want to see it for what it is, a fun film. Now, there is an interaction in the beginning, an interaction at the end, and some in the middle. But it's mostly like a 70s, 80s movie with a little bit of fighting in it every now and again, and some bad storytelling. But anyway, overall, this movie is a fantastic movie. I highly recommend it. It gets a lot of bad reviews and a lot of people saying it's absolutely terrible. And probably to a big degree it is. But as somebody watched it as a child and really has an appreciation for this movie, I rank it as one of the top movies I've ever seen. Obviously not big budget wise because that would be silly. But in general, it's one of my favourite movies. Telling you a bit of a backstory about my life with this movie. When I was 4 years old, my mum had the VHS tape. And I used to watch it and rewind it and watch it again. So I'd watch it 8 times a day as a kid. Awesome movie. And I just love it so much. And anyone who's a ninja fan or somebody who understands watching a movie when you're a kid will know what I mean. So overall, I give this movie a 5 out of 5 as it's my favourite movie. But if I wanted to give it from a non-biased view, I'd give it a 3 out of 5 because, everybody's going to see problems with it. And if you see problems with it, it's there. And there are problems there. But overall, it's a good film. Acting-wise, the acting was not very good. The acting was very bad and very silly. Christopher George hams it up, especially near the end. He gets really, really good at hamming it up. And he's one of those actors that overacts, but that's why we love Christopher George. Susan George, who's not related, who plays Mary Ann, in my view, she didn't get enough time to shine, if you ask me. She wasn't on screen a lot. Alice Courtney, who plays Frank Landers, to me, he was just ridiculous. Didn't really care about the character. But I cared about his relationship with Cole. His relationship with Cole was a very deep one. You could feel it between them. And when things go down, you can tell how upset Cole is by it all. And it was good seeing Zachary Noy as Hook because it was just amazing to see. I love him in the Lemon Popsicle films. So overall, It's a good film. I highly recommend watching it. If you have watched it, let me know what you think of the movie. And if you haven't, you need to get out there and look for it, because it's worth the time. Even if you don't like it, and after watching it, at least you've given it a go. And that's why I say you should be with every film. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Have a lovely day. Leave me a comment if you like the review, if you like the movie. And please, whatever you do, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.